Hi, I'm going to show you how pages work with ChatterMe. So I'm going to take a very easy book to use. It only has 3 pages, page 1, page 2, page 3. Right? If I preview the book, you can see they are 2 seconds apart and they're starting at 1100. What happens is if I've used the book, you will see the times on the bottom left have changed, and if I want to make that easier to look at the scale, I set that to 1100. I'll do that, okay? And then when I switch through the pages, it becomes a lot easier because it's at a rounded off hour down the bottom here. So if I go to page 3, when it comes to setting durations, okay? So what this has is each page has a time when it will play on, and the day and the hour, okay, and the minute and the second, right? And it will have a length of time that it stays basically alive for, okay, which is also on a 24-hour scale. And the page can repeat itself. If we come back and we look at this book here, this has got iterations. So on page 1, there are 3 repeats. On page 2, there are 3 repeats. On page 3, the same thing. The difference to notice here is that the seconds are the actual duration. Okay, so each page, page 1, is for, let's just zero this out. So on these books, which are the same, okay, they are 2 seconds apart. If you come back to this iterations and you look, this is 12 seconds apart. So it's going to repeat in 12 seconds, right? So if we preview this, the schedule down the bottom here shows when each page, the page itself, and the time it will start, okay? Sorry. And the next iteration is at 12 seconds, the next one 24. And then page 2 starts at 4 seconds. And so you can see its iterations along a timeline. But let's do this. We give this 12 iterations, okay? And I'll preview this now. What you'll see is that page 1, at the end of that, it carries on with its iterations. So if I came along here, okay, oops, let's take a look at the end of the book. That's at 11:01 and 15 seconds. I could start a whole new sequence that could start in here. Let's, for example, start at 11:02. Where would I? 11:01:04. So I'll come now, page 1, X, 11:01:04. I'll save that, and I'll preview this now. Page 1X is now been synchronized from its start time, okay? And this way you can build up any amount of sequences you like and any possibility, okay? Obviously, that's if you are using regular time. So I have a page now, and let's say, for example, if I take Mr. Todd, okay? This is an audio book, all right? And it has pictures for each page, okay? So going to page 2, I can preview the picture, okay? And I can then get a view of the text, and I can speak that out. Okay.
Mr. Todd, by Beatrix Potter. That took 5 seconds.
So see, the first time it spoke it out, it had to first pick up the language over here. Okay, if I speak it now, it will take less.
Mr. Todd, by Beatrix Potter. That took 3 seconds.
Right, so let's say, for example, I have a lot of pages, okay, and there's a lot of text on that page, okay. What would happen is each page has got a different amount of text, okay, so, and to synchronize the whole book, I'll do it very easily on this book here because it's only 3 pages. Say that, and I say speak.
A1, A2, A3.
So what has happened is it's come along and it's adjusted the time. I should have done this first. Okay, I'll make that 9 seconds. I'll make that. Oopsie. Come on, don't do that. Okay. And make that 8 seconds. Okay. Come back here. I do that. Now, what you'll notice on the bottom here, these times will be adjusted.
Okay. A1, A2, A3.
So if I come back here and I preview the timeline, it has been built. Okay. And that is really what you can do with a page, okay? Now, for just an additional features here, if I come along here, what's happening is, as you can see, this can have a picture over here, but if I look at page 5, this here also has a video. Now, there's 2 buttons next to this edit box, okay? And what that will do is it will let me jump to the beginning, whether it will left or right align. And that's an MP4 video, so obviously I can't preview the video because it's going to be an online. It will load only from streaming, okay? However, what was I going to say here? Yeah, that's what that feature does, okay? And also you can view the raw structure of a book, all right? So this feature will, if you have let's say if I wanted to make an offline backup copy, I can copy all of this text, select all copy, and email it to myself as this book cruises by page, with whatever many pages, 7 pages, right? And that way I have an offline copy. I can then, if I come back and I make another book with just 7 pages, paste my copy into there and say save changes, right? That will then import this back into your book structure, right? Then, separately from that, if I have a list of books, for example, science, okay, and what this does is plays out science. I can schedule these books, right? So I come to book scheduler, I can come down here on my science, I tap on that, and I can do that. But I'm going to explain that in another complete document. But what it's showing you is that you can synchronize and get books to work together, right? And I think that explains mostly everything. At some point, if you want to delete a page, you delete it. If I wanted to add an extra page to this book, I can say page. First, what I should do is preview it, so it ends at 2038. Okay, I'll come back here. I can say page 1 extra. Okay, and I can change that to 2045. Okay, and I say save that. I put it in and I've added. It's possible if I wanted to put that page in at 15 seconds, all right? Come back here to page 1 extra. Change, you can change that. Oopsie. 15 seconds. extra. Come on. 15, save it. Yeah. So it makes it possible to slot a page in. But let's say I wanted to adjust these pages out, okay? So from any page, from page 1 extra, which is now, as you can see, it's been placed into its correct space according to its chronological order, right? I could taste from that page, I could say, set all the play times after this page by 20 seconds, okay? Do that, come back here, now preview this. These pages 3, 4, and 5 have now a much bigger gap, which means at page 20, at 20 seconds, between 15 and 40 seconds, I can insert pages, right? So this feature allows you to extend gaps, push them out further away on either side of the current page, which would be page 1. It shows you which page you're working with. Or if I wanted to, I could, with all the pages, okay, if I take a look at the preview here, the gap there is pretty even. That could be 50 and that could be 60, for example, down here. What you can do, all right, is if I wanted to increase that by 2 seconds, but across all the pages, okay? So I'm on page 1, okay? It doesn't matter what page I'd be on here in this case. Let's say I want to do just 2 seconds, expand. So these pages have now all drifted 2 seconds further away, like an expanding concertina. And that, I think, explains exactly how to work with pages. Another feature, like if I was using event management, okay, I could use the E button, which is in a separate video, okay, or as a personal diary. So I could just change my page titles. If you take a look at French, for example, I could have all my pages, page titles. This could be a lookup list of phrases for shopping, okay, and or I could make a whole book French phrases shopping. To copy a book is very easy. You say copy French. This is actually 7 pages long, this book, okay. I say copy book, and that's my book now. It's actually 17 pages. So I could then come along and from my copy delete what I don't want, add in. If I was using this as for my own personal diary, time management, along with the events button, I could then name my book today's date, okay, over here. Put in today's date, put in a page per every quarter hour, make the book, and then when I have the book over here, my page over here, I could give that I could say, for example, notes that I did at the office, that I took at the office. So notes from office, make that page title, and then over here, dictate in my text that I want to say. And then what I would do at the same time is save that. And then later, I can come along and just by using the sync button and speak, I can listen to everything, all my notes that I took, think about my notes, and then come back here and set a day and a time for that, okay? So I want to do that on the 21st, okay, at 1 o'clock. Click on my event, and voila, okay. So there's my event down here on the 21st. And that, I think, covers enough for now. Enjoy.